On 9 silent habits that will change your life or discover the quiet, science-backed habits that rewire your brain, boost motivation, and unlock unstoppable success. In true Dr. Wendy Suzuki style, this isn't just motivation, it's neuroscience in action. These small, powerful shifts don't shout, they transform from the inside out, helping you stay focused, calm, and limitless in a noisy world. If you've ever wondered how to rise above stress, sharpen your mind, and create a life of lasting energy and purpose, these habits are your game changer. Start practicing them today and watch your future completely transform. The power of quiet transformation, the most powerful transformations don't happen with fireworks or grand announcements. They happen in the quiet moments that no one sees. We often think change requires massive action, but the truth is it starts with the tiniest, most silent shifts in how you live your day. Think about it. Your brain is constantly rewiring itself based on what you repeatedly do. Every choice, every thought, every small routine is like a vote for the person you are becoming. And here's the exciting part. You don't need to turn your life upside down to create lasting change. You simply need to give your brain the right signals over and over until they become part of who you are. Silence gives you the space to send those signals. It's in the quiet, when you pause before reacting, when you take a few mindful breaths, when you notice the present moment, that your brain begins to strengthen new neural pathways. These small, intentional acts don't feel dramatic at first. In fact, they can feel almost invisible, but over time, they reshape your attention, your focus, and even your emotional balance. That's the beauty of it. No one around you may notice what you're doing, but inside, your mind is becoming sharper, calmer, and more resilient. This is the foundation for every other habit we'll talk about today. Without this quiet transformation, the rest simply won't stick. So instead of waiting for some big, life-altering event, start with the smallest, silent habit you can practice today. Maybe it's a single deep breath before you check your phone. Maybe it's a 2-minute pause to notice what you're grateful for. These moments may seem small, but they carry the power to change everything. Remember this: the quietest actions create the loudest results. Habit Find Fee 3 Daily Brain Boosters. Now that we've set the stage with the power of quiet transformation, let's talk about 3 daily habits that can give your brain an immediate boost. These aren't complicated, expensive, or time-consuming. In fact, they're so simple you might wonder how something so small can create such a big impact, but science shows they do. The first is mindful breathing. Just a few minutes of intentional breathing each day lowers stress hormones, increases oxygen to the brain, and activates the parts of your mind responsible for focus and calm. It's like hitting a reset button, giving you clarity in the middle of life's chaos. The second is gratitude journaling. Taking even 60 seconds to write down what you're thankful for rewires your brain to focus on possibility instead of problems. Each time you do it, you're strengthening the neural pathways for optimism and resilience. It's not about pretending everything is perfect. It's about training your mind to see the good even when things feel uncertain. Over time, this tiny ritual creates a lasting shift in how you experience your day. The third is purposeful movement. Whether it's a brisk walk, stretching, or dancing in your living room, physical activity floods your brain with chemicals that sharpen memory and lift your mood. You don't need a gym membership or a marathon schedule. You just need to move with intention, even for a few minutes, to activate the brain's natural motivation system. These 3 habits, breathing, gratitude, and movement, are like daily fuel for your mind. Practice consistently. They create a ripple effect that touches every part of your life. They help you think clearer, feel stronger, and stay balanced no matter what challenges come your way. Start today, even if it's just for a few minutes, because small daily boosts create extraordinary long-term change. Habit Pine 4 Phase 6 Energy and Emotional Reset. We've talked about boosting your brain with daily habits, and now it's time to focus on something just as essential: resetting your energy and emotions. In a world that moves at lightning speed, it's easy to burn out without even realizing it. That's why creating moments of intentional pause throughout the day is so powerful. One of the most effective ways to do this is by taking micro breaks. I'm not talking about hours of downtime. I mean short, consistent pauses to step away, stretch, or simply look out a window. These small breaks reduce mental fatigue, improve focus, and allow your brain to recharge so you return sharper and more creative. Another key practice is a digital detox moment. Our phones and screens are constantly demanding attention, flooding the brain with information and stress signals. By setting aside even 10 minutes to disconnect, no notifications, no scrolling, you give your nervous system a chance to settle. That quiet space lowers stress hormones and strengthens your ability to stay present, which is essential for clear thinking and emotional balance. Finally, intentional stillness brings it all together. Whether it's sitting in silence, practicing gentle breathing, or simply observing your surroundings, this habit trains your mind to slow down. It's in these still moments that your brain processes experiences, organizes memories, and restores emotional stability. What feels like doing nothing is actually one of the most productive things you can do for your mental health. These energy and emotional resets may seem small, but they create a foundation for resilience. They keep you grounded when life gets noisy and help you meet challenges with clarity instead of exhaustion. Protect these moments fiercely, because when you own your pauses, you own your power. Habit Find 79. Inner growth accelerators. Now let's move into habits that go even deeper, those that strengthen your inner world and shape the way you connect with others. These are the quiet accelerators of personal growth. And while they may look simple on the surface, they have a profound impact on your happiness and resilience. The first is practicing small acts of kindness. Whether it's offering a genuine compliment, helping someone without being asked, or simply listening with patience, kindness activates the brain's reward system and releases feel-good chemicals that uplift both you and the person you're helping. It's a powerful reminder that growth isn't just about self-improvement. It's about lifting others as you rise. The second is silent reflection. Carving out time to think without distraction allows you to process experiences, learn from mistakes, and recognize patterns that guide your future decisions. It's not about overthinking or replaying regrets. It's about giving your mind the space to understand and integrate what life is teaching you. Even 5 minutes of reflection at the end of the day can provide insights that spark meaningful change. The third is deep listening. In conversations, most people are waiting for their turn to speak. But when you listen fully, without judgment or agenda, you strengthen empathy and deepen relationships. Your brain responds by creating stronger social connections, which are essential for long-term emotional health and happiness. Together, these habits quietly expand your emotional intelligence. They help you grow not only as an individual, but also as a friend, partner, or leader. They create a life where success isn't measured by noise or speed, but by depth and meaning. Practice them consistently, and you'll discover that true growth isn't loud or flashy. It's felt in the silent strength of a compassionate, grounded mind. All of these habits, whether it's breathing with intention, moving your body, pausing for stillness, or listening deeply, are powerful on their own. But what makes them truly life-changing is the science behind them. Your brain is not a fixed machine. It's a living, adaptable network that responds to every action you take. This incredible ability, called neuroplasticity, means that every time you repeat a small, positive habit, you're physically reshaping the wiring of your mind. Pathways for focus, memory, and emotional balance grow stronger, while old patterns of stress and distraction gradually weaken. That's why even the quietest actions can lead to extraordinary results over time. Think of it like training a muscle. Each deep breath, each moment of gratitude, each silent reflection is a tiny workout for your brain. At first, you may not feel a dramatic difference, but inside, chemical messengers like dopamine and serotonin are being released, fueling motivation and lifting your mood. New neural connections begin to form, and with repetition, they become stronger and faster, making it easier to choose calm over chaos, clarity over confusion. What's even more exciting is how quickly the brain responds. Research shows that with consistent practice, measurable changes in mood, memory, and attention can appear in just a few weeks. You don't have to wait months or years to feel the benefits. Your mind starts rewarding you almost immediately for every small step you take. When you understand this science, motivation stops being a mystery. It's not about forcing willpower. It's about creating the conditions for your brain to work with you instead of against you. And once you experience that shift, you realize something profound. Transformation isn't magic, it's biology. Train your brain with small, consistent habits, and it will quietly build the future you've been waiting for. We've now explored the silent habits and the science that makes them so powerful. And this brings us to the most important truth of all: greatness is not built in sudden, dramatic leaps. It's built in the quiet choices you make every single day. The world often celebrates the big moments, the breakthroughs, the loud successes, but real transformation starts long before anyone is watching. It's in the decision to breathe deeply before a tough conversation, to pause instead of react, to write down a single line of gratitude when no one else will ever read it. These actions may feel small, even invisible, but together they create a foundation strong enough to carry you through any challenge. This is where consistency becomes your greatest ally. A single act of kindness or a single mindful breath is powerful, but when repeated over days, weeks, and months, it becomes part of who you are. Your brain begins to expect calm instead of chaos, resilience instead of stress. And as these habits take root, the results begin to speak for themselves. More focus, more energy, a deeper sense of purpose. People around you may not see the tiny steps you've been taking, but they will notice the quiet strength you radiate. The beauty of this path is that you don't need permission, perfect timing, or a dramatic plan. You only need the willingness to start and the courage to continue. One silent habit practice today is worth more than 100 intentions for tomorrow. So as you move forward, remember this: the loudest results will always come from the quietest actions. Outro of this video: unlock the hidden power of quiet change with 9 silent habits that will change your life forever. These aren't just tips, they're science-backed strategies to rewire your brain, boost motivation, and create unstoppable momentum. In a noisy world full of distractions, these habits work silently in the background, sharpening focus, reducing stress, and fueling long-term success. No hype, no gimmicks, just small, proven actions that transform your mind and future from the inside out. Start today, stay consistent, and watch how subtle daily choices lead to massive life-changing results. The quiet path isn't just powerful, it's the ultimate game changer.